Wow, what a fight last night! What a fight! Congratulations to Daniel Dubois, man! What an absolute stunning performance. I mean, the man was—I wouldn't say maybe written off's the wrong word, but he definitely wasn't the favourite against Jarrell Miller. Does the business, stops him. Wasn't the favourite against Tergovic, stopped him. Wasn't the favourite against Joshua and stopped him. I mean, what an absolutely stunning performance from Daniel Dubois. He's got this aura now of confidence and this belief in himself that he can beat any heavyweight out there, and you can almost feel it when he talks. He doesn't talk a lot, but when he does talk, you get that sense that he's got this belief in himself that he is the top dog. Yeah, what a performance from Daniel Dubois. Anthony Joshua, I mean, humbling defeat, which was, you know what, Anthony Joshua's done this many times. He's brought British boxing back, let's be honest. And I'm glad I heard him say that the rebuild and he'll come back and he'll fight on, because I think that look what he does, look what he brings. He brings this Wembley Stadium. But going to the fight itself, I think everyone I spoke to in the boxing world said this wasn't going past 6 rounds. I was one of them. I actually said, you can go on my Instagram, I said that this wasn't going past 6 rounds. I never gave a name on who would win, but if you told me that my house and everything depended on it, who would I sway to? I'd probably sway towards Joshua. He would have done what Daniel Dubois did to him. I think a lot of people have done that. A lot of industry guys like Tony Bellew, Shannon Briggs, all these guys, they all said the same thing, that Joshua has a little bit more than Daniel Dubois, and I think that everyone thought the same thing. I think the fans poll on DAZN had Joshua. I think it was 85% Joshua beating Daniel Dubois last night, but yeah, it was just, I think that the fight was established early on when Daniel Dubois landed that right hand. I think that sort of shook AJ a little bit. I think from that first punch, he got caught cold in the first round. And then from then, it was kind of like he was on the back foot, carrying a low guard. But again, he's got a set of balls, same like Ruiz. He's got a set of balls. He's tried to fight on. He tried to get up and carry on. But I just think that initial knockdown so early on, Joshua felt his power. Now, a lot of people have made, a lot of guys that have sparred Daniel Dubois, a lot of guys that have fought Daniel Dubois have said his power is out of this world, sort of thing. But I think that's what not done the damage, but maybe threw his game plan out the window a little bit, and it was hard for him to recover because Daniel Dubois was on him, landing big shot after big shot after big shot, and then obviously the knockdown, was it the 5th round? I think it was, yeah. Was just AJ got knocked out trying to knock him out, right? That's as simple as that. He went to win, but ended up costing him, and you can't grumble any fight at that. AJ hit my right hand, managed to push Daniel Dubois back a little bit. Then the AJ that everyone criticises, that gun-shy AJ, but when he was looking for that big knockout against Daniel Dubois, he just threw this right uppercut, but his lead hand was low. As he threw the right uppercut, his lead hand was near on his rib cage, on his hip, and then Daniel Dubois threw that short right hand that knocked AJ down, knocked him out. And fair play to AJ, tried to get up, but you can't grumble, man. Daniel Dubois is a monster. Let's be honest, he's a monster. Anthony Joshua, I hope he fights on, because this is what I think, right? And again, with this Riyadh season, now that all these heavyweights are fighting each other, man, look at the state, not the state of the division, that might be the wrong thing, but look at the way the division is now, the landscape. The landscape's mental. Wilder was the top dog up there. There was the four kings, if you want to call them, in Wilder, Usyk, Joshua and Fury. Now it's like Daniel Dubois up there, Parker's up there, Bacoli's up there, Zhang is up there. It's just, everyone's losing, everyone's winning, they're beating each other, they're fighting each other. That is what boxing's all about. And Ariel Helwani said this, that when he was talking about the loss of both fighters, was he comes from a sport where a loss doesn't mean anything, and I like that. Who cares about a loss in boxing? There's been too much emphasis on having that zero, the Mayweather effect. Mayweather marketed that zero. That's how he made his millions, because people tuned in to see him get beat, or just to watch him win because they were fans of him. But I think the majority tuned in to watch to Mayweather to see if he can get beat, to see if somebody can finally beat him, because he marketed himself on that zero. And young fighters today think that zero matters. It doesn't. Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, They all lost. Mike Tyson, they all lost. Hagler, Hearns, Duran. Duran's my favourite fighter of all time. Lost. Chavez Sr. Lost. It doesn't define you as a fighter, and I like that the fact that they've got these losses, these fighters now, these heavyweights, but they're fighting on. Tyson Fury's probably got a wee weight off his shoulder now that he's got that loss, and he's thinking, right, now to get my get back, might give him that little bit more hunger to go in there and put it on. Same as the Wilder 2 fight for Fury. Going on Dubois' losses, you can almost... Everyone was criticising that young one. Maybe me, to my friends, I was almost like, yeah, I don't know how... Can he be world champ? I don't think so. After the defeat to Joyce, you're almost thinking, all right, it was a jab. Then you look at the defeat to Usyk. You know what I mean? Okay, there was a nothing punching it or whatever. Then you look at the Kevin Lorena fight. He got dropped and took a knee and all this sort of stuff. You're almost thinking, does this kid have it? Does this kid have it? And he does. He fucking does have it. He's got it in bundles, man. And you got to remember, he was a young heavyweight. He's 27. He's still a young heavyweight. People say he's a man. Heavyweights don't come into their prime until their 30s. Do you know what I mean? And Daniel at 27 can dominate. He can dominate for a long, long, long time. That after these last 3 performances against Big Baby Miller, Hrgovic and Joshua, that young man can dominate this heavyweight division. Because you're looking at Fury's, Joshua's, Usyk's, Wilder, Zhang's, Joyce, White's, Chisora's. You're looking at all these guys and they're 34, 35, 36, 37, 40. So this could be Daniel Dubois' division in the next 2-3 years. So fair play to that young man. You know what I mean? Doesn't say much, humble guy. Keeps himself to himself. Doesn't do much media. Just says what needs to be said and gets out of there. So fair play to Daniel Dubois. Now Anthony Joshua, fair play to him as well. Humble in defeat. Gave Daniel Dubois his flowers, rightfully so. And Eddie Hearn said in the post-fight interview they're going to exercise that rematch clause. Fair play. I think I like it. I think if you put that fight on the undercard of Fury Usyk, then you've got every single world title on the line on that show on the 21st of December. Is it too soon for Joshua and Dubois? We're talking what? October, November, 3 whole months. Couple of weeks off, maybe start ticking over and go into an 8-week camp. Maybe. Joshua looked okay at the press conference. He was smiling and laughing. Could that be a possibility of putting that fight on the undercard or co-main event, let's call it, to Fury Usyk? That way you've got every heavyweight championship on the line, the rematch, 2 rematches, and then the winner of those 2 rematches on that night, head to head in the ring, fight each other next year, early next year. But yeah, fair play to both men. They put on an absolute great show last night. 98,100 and something. That's 98, nearly 100,000 people in that stadium last night. Fabulous. Turki Al-Sheikh has absolutely done wonders for this game. You're talking just probably close to a year right now. He's came in and look at the landscape of this heavyweight division, because there's no obstacles. They're all fighting each other, and now you get to see who is the top dog. You're getting to see who, rather than just talking on social media. I love it. And again, the fight itself was fantastic. Knockdowns. Joshua fought with his heart. Daniel Dubois is a monster. AJ got knocked out trying to knock Daniel Dubois out. Can't grumble with that. Happy with that. Not when he went out on his shield. So fair play to AJ. Fair play to Daniel Dubois. I love it. Eddie Hearn mentioned the rematch clause. This is going to be my question to you guys. Eddie Hearn has said that the rematch clause is there. They're going to exercise it. I think AJ's no stranger to getting right back to it. Look at Ruiz. Look at Usyk. He wants to get back to it. He wants to get that win back. He's not scared to take that rematch. So I think if you look at AJ's makeup and the way he goes about this business, he's going to exercise. He wants to get that done. He wants to get that win back. And can you imagine it being on the co-main event to Fury Usyk? Let me know what you think. If AJ does get the rematch, can he do it? Can he beat Daniel Dubois? Or is this one of the fights that you're thinking like a Zhang Joyce, that Zhang just has that number over a fighter? in Joe Joyce. You know what I mean? So let me know. And do you like the idea of it being on Riyadh Season on the undercard of Fury Usyk as a co-main event? I mean, that just makes sense to me. But again, I'm not the money man. I don't know much. But yeah, just let me know what you think, guys. What an absolute performance. Leave a comment. Let's engage.